Hello and welcome back. I bring to you today the Star City Games Modern Open Columbus. Now, this took place last weekend, so it did happen a week ago because the Mythic Championships were also last weekend. I was kind of confused why Star City Games would do a tournament the same weekend as the Mythic Championships, but they did. Whatever. So we're just going to do it now because there's no major tournaments this weekend, and why not? You know, it's modern. It's you know, relatively fresh with new decks and new things, and let's get into it. I'm expecting some Hogax. I'm expecting some Jund, and Is It Phoenix? These are two big players now of the modern metagame. Let's do it. We also get to look at some sideboards. Unlike the Mythic Championships, they didn't really show sideboards ever. So we get to talk about sideboards. Alright. Turn 1, Inquisition of Kozilek. Typical first turn play for Jund. Little hand destruction, you know. And we got, what, 2 Phoenixes, Lava Dart, Lightning Bolt, 2 lands. Probably going to take the Lightning Bolt here. Yep. Lava Dart only does 1 damage, and it has flashback, so Lightning Bolt. Best card to take here. The Phoenix hand, not so good. He needs a Faithless Looting. Oh, we have no Spellbomb online, so those Phoenixes aren't going to be great. Especially since she knows that he has 2 in hand, so it's going to be very difficult for this Phoenix player to put something together on what he's got now. Oh, and Liliana's coming out. Okay. Alright, so that Lightning Bolt he has in his hand, not going to kill Liliana. She did decide to tick up to get it out of bolt range, which is smart. It also gets it out of, like, you know, an Arclight Phoenix attack range. Although making him discard, or making both of them discard right now is not very advantageous for her. Because she had to get rid of Ren and 6, and he just discarded a Phoenix that he'll probably get back at some point. But if she doesn't nil Spellbomb, of course. Alright, so he's just going to Lava Dart and he's going to bolt it. Just get that Lily off the table. Can become a big, big problem if you don't remove these Planeswalkers. Liliana number 2. Discards the Bloodbraid. That's fine though, because these Is It Phoenix decks need a lot of cards to make what they're doing possible. When you get them down to like 0 cards and they're just top decking, like the deck is very, very weak. Extremely weak. Yeah, he's just gonna scoop. He can't, like, he's behind Lily now, so like there's no way he's gonna cobble together like casting multiple spells on the same turn, which is basically what the deck's trying to do. So we're gonna look at sideboard now. And we have 4 Leyline of the Voids. Those, you know, I don't know if Leylines are good enough to board in against Phoenix. There might be people that disagree with me on this, but really the only thing that this gets rid of is Phoenix. I mean, it gets rid of their... They can't flashback Faithless Looting or Lava Dart. I guess that's also a thing. But I don't know if you bring in all 4. I'm kind of just more on, like, Surgical Extraction. Because you don't have to have it in your opening hand like Leyline. I'm more about just bringing in 2 Surgicals and, like, maybe a Kolagon's Command. Because I think really the Jund deck's pretty well equipped to deal with Phoenix. With its hand destruction and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if she's going to bring in Leylines. We'll see. I would just say like 2 Surgicals, maybe a Kolagon's Command. And then Phoenix is going to bring in... probably both Narsets, maybe a couple Spell Pierces, and Saheeli's for just value. Just like, so they can just play a different game. Oh, and Blood Moon. They're going to bring in their 2 Blood Moons also. Because Blood Moon is good against Jund. It is a 3-color deck. It uses a lot of non-basics, so... doesn't have a lot of red cards. So yeah, I think these 8 cards are going to come in. Alright, we have turn 1 Serum Visions. Into turn 1 Thoughtseize. Most likely going to take that Blood Moon. As there are a few ways the Jund deck has of getting rid of Blood Moon once it's on the table. They do have Maelstrom Pulse, but they would need to have both a swamp and a forest to cast it. As we can see, she does have a basic swamp in play, so maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she's just going to go fetch a forest and not care about the Blood Moon. Okay, she's not going to care about the Blood Moon. She's going to take the threat, the Thing in the Ice, which is a very powerful threat. She probably doesn't have any removal in her hand. That's my guess why she takes the Thing in the Ice. Or maybe she has a Maelstrom Pulse in hand. I mean, she has a fetch land, so she's going to go get a forest, I'm guessing. And she's just going to negate the power of the Blood Moon by just fetching basics. And it's looking like he fetched 2 non-basics, so the Blood Moon would actually be detrimental to him, too, at this point. Yeah, she grabs a basic forest. Alright, Collector Brutality. I'm going to choose the Instant or Sorcery removal mode from the hand. I mean, it's either Magmatic Sinkhole or Manamorphose. Yeah, magnetic sinkhole. Okay, so she has creatures she doesn't want to get, or maybe a creature that she doesn't want to get killed. Okay, he draws Saheeli. It's a good draw. Little token maker. He could just throw out Blood Moon here, which he might do. I mean, Liliana, there are cards that take double black in the deck, and there are, you know... Yeah, he's just going to throw out Blood Moon. I think that's the right choice. The card's not getting any better, keeping it in your hand, so... Another Inquisition. It takes Saheeli, yeah. Pretty hard to beat, John, when they take your 3 best cards out of like your first 9 cards. That's a 5/6 Tarmogoyf too. It's going to get the job done pretty quick. 2 swings and a bolt will do it. And she has the Assassin's Trophy. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. That is a 6/7 Tarmogoyf. Ouch. The only thing that'll make that bigger is a tribal spell. Or wait. Or an artifact, right? Yeah, the biggest they can get is 8/9, right? So if an artifact goes in the graveyard here, boom, 7/8. Looking pretty bad for the Phoenix player. Wow, he did draw. Okay, he's not going to play it. He's going to wait till next turn. He should have played it this turn because Liliana's just going to make him discard it, so... Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just cast Finale of Promise on his turn. He had 3 mana. That was kind of a misplay, but whatever. He was in a bad spot. GG's. Let's go on to... Ooh, Mono Right Eldrazi. Boom. Encounters Company. Alright. Oh, what do we have here for round 2? Goblins and Dredge. Let's go. So we got turn 1 Ether Vial for Goblins, and then turn 1 Faithless Looting for Dredge. And we have, what is that? It's the Goblin Inquisitor? It's Double Strike and what? Is that a new card? I don't know what card that is. It's 1/1 Double Strike, and then it's got some text. I don't know what that card does. I've never seen that card before. Warren Instigator. 1/1 Double Strike. When Warren Instigator deals damage to an opponent, you may put a Goblin creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay. And that is from Zendikar. I do not remember that card at all. Well, unfortunately, we have Hogak in play, so that Instigator's not going to be able to attack. Doesn't got a lot in his hand. He's got creatures in his hand. Oh, he's not going to attack with Hogak. Okay, he doesn't want that Instigator to hit. If that Instigator hits him, he can put in 2 Goblins because it's Double Strike. Which is pretty good. Excuse me. Is that Goblin Matriarch? So Matriarch lets you go and get a Goblin from your deck. ETB effect. Look at this foiled out goblin deck. And those matriarchs are promos. Alright, that's the goblin one that lets you get a goblin in the top 4 cards. Yeah. Or lets you get all the goblins in the top 4 cards. Boom. Ringleader. Alright, he's attacking with Hogak. He's going to take the damage. Maybe he's hoping to Creeping Chill him out of this game? I guess so. He's got a Creeping Chill in hand, which he can cast if he gets 1 more mana, so... Yeah, I think he's just playing the Golgari Thug, which he'll probably just block with so he can dredge it on his turn. Alright, Kiki Jiki. Alright, he's got a lot of goblins. Was that 1 chieftain, 1 war leader? And then another instigator. Okay, what is that spell? I don't know what that does. Oh, that does a damage to a creature for each goblin you have. Munitions expert, yeah. Creature planeswalker with the number of goblins you control. Yeah, this card just came out in Modern Horizons. Munitions expert. That's awesome. He just straight up munitions experted the Hogak for like 10. That's awesome. Now Dredge is in some trouble. Although, maybe not. He can block 2 things. So he's probably not dead here. He's just wants to block with the Golgari Thug. Although he doesn't have a 4th mana to cast the Creeping Chill. So he's kind of in a bad spot here. He just doesn't quite have enough damage because the munitions expert's going to be able to block the blood gas should he attack with it. So I don't think he's going to have enough damage to finish it. I think the Goblins player is going to get there. Wait, can he win off Conflagrate? He would need a life from the loam and play another land. I don't think he has enough cards to do it. He has 2 lands in the graveyard. So he loams back 2 lands. How many cards do you have? 5. Oh, he can only do 6 damage. He can only do 6. He can only do 6. He can put him to 1. Because if he was hoping to dredge 3 lands. If he dredged 3 lands, he would have been able to do 7 to him. But now it's like Xaxes. He can only do 6. Because he has to play a land to cast the... or to flash back the Conflagrate. Yeah, I don't know why he's pondering so much. He can't kill his whole army of goblins. Yeah. 1 card shy. Misha said I look. What's up, Pampero? How's it going? We'll probably be playing some Let It Die later. Maybe do a Tengoku run. Alright, sideboard. Well, obviously against Dredge, 4 ley lines are going to come in. And... ooh, Chain Whirler. I kind of like the 1-of Chain Whirler here. That's all I can really say, because I don't know what these 2 cards are right here. Or that's that... Trailblazer? Oh, he's the one who gives all goblins... yeah, this guy's actually fairly new. He's M19. He gives all their goblins +1/+1 and something else. I can't remember. So I think just Chain Whirler and 4 ley lines, right? I think that's good. And then Dredge is going to bring in 3 Assassin's Trophies and 3 Nature's Claims. And maybe some Lightning Axes to kill some key goblins like the Chieftains. I can see that. Alright, game 2. Well, it looks like he's got Leyline. Seems pretty decent for the Goblins player. And he's got the original Leyline. So nice. And again, turn 1 Ether Vial. Pretty much the best start he could have gotten. Goblin Pile Driver. That's the one that's protection from blue. Gains 2 attack for each other goblin attacking. And he's a 1/2. That thing can get huge. I love the picture. So good. Just like jumping on the dude's back. Ripping his helmet off. Got him in a headlock. That's such a good picture. I love that picture. It's a very good painting. I love it. Alright, so we're Faithless Looting. We're looking for an answer to Leyline of the Void. If he found a Nature's Claim, he's going to pop it off on his end step. Alright, yeah. So he had Assassin's Trophy. So Dredge is back online, but is it too late? That is the question. Alright, Creeping Chill's a good pull here. Creeping Chill's real good. Give him a little life buffer. Maybe he can hold out against goblins. Even after having the Leyline turn 1. He's playing Dryad Arbor. That's interesting. I've never seen Dredge play Dryad Arbor. Alright, Matron's going to grab Chieftain. He's going to swing for a lot here. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 18 damage here. Yeah, I think that's GG. Yeah, that pile driver. That pile driver is crazy damage. That pile driver just did 10 damage on its own. Seems good. Seems good. GG's. Welcome to round number 3. Oh, we got Burn versus Mono Red Phoenix. Let me guide. Turn 1 Goblin Guide. Double Rift Bolt. Ooh. Pyretic Ritual and Monoretic Phoenix. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Wow, and Desperate Ritual. Wow, lots of Desperate Rituals. And Cathartic Reunion, too. And Seasoned Pyromancer, okay. I mean, that would have been a lot more impressive if he had a creature with prowess on the board. That would have been like 6 damage or something. But he's at 1 life. Not looking good for the Mono-Red Phoenix player. He didn't do a whole lot of anything this game. Alright, on to sideboard. We have 2 Dragon Claws are going to come in, for sure. And maybe 2 Abrades to remove creatures. Maybe just the 2 Dragon Claws. Or 2 Flame Slash, maybe? I don't know, maybe 1 Flame Slash, 2 Dragon Claws, something like that. And then Burn's going to bring in... what? I wouldn't bring in more than like 1 or 2 Rest in Peace. I mean, Rest in Peace can be good, but you don't want to draw like a bunch of Rest in Pieces. You only want to draw like 1. Even drawing 2 can be really bad. So maybe 2 Rest in Peace come in. And maybe like a couple Path to Exiles. But I think Burn might just have the advantage in this matchup, so they're probably not going to sideboard too heavily. Alright, game number 2. Alright, Dragon Claw. It's a good turn 2 play. But again, this Mono Red Phoenix deck is supposed to be super aggressive, and it's just like both of these games he's just been not doing much of anything. But that was turn 3. He redrew off of the Canopy land. Looks like they're both like not doing much. Looks like we got one Lightning Healers that got fired off. Okay, we got Metamorphose. Ooh, he's got all Japanese cards. That's pretty cool. I remember when Japanese used to be like the primo language that you wanted your Magic cards in. It was like the, you know, the foil Japanese Tarmogoyf was worth like $400 or something like that. Alright, he's going to Pyretic Ritual. And hard cast a Phoenix. And it's going to get pathed. Ooh, Smash the Smithereens. That was a good counter sideboard, if you will. Bringing Smash the Smithereens in, like knowing that Dragon Claw might be a possibility for the Mono Red Phoenix deck. I don't know if they all run that in sideboard. Maybe they do. I'm not, because probably Burn is a bad matchup for Mono Red Phoenix, so that's probably why they run Dragon Claw on the sideboard. So maybe that's a known thing, and that's a good job that she brought in the Smash the Smithereens to counter that. Because Dragon Claw on turn 2 can make things very hard for the Burn player. Alright, getting the Phoenix back. Attacking for 3. And play Pyromancer. So this is more of like a an empty your hand so you can play a Seasoned Pyromancer and draw 2 cards kind of version of Mono Red Phoenix. I haven't seen this version yet. It looks like he cut down on some number of 1-drop creatures. Maybe he's not playing Soulscar Mage, he's just playing Monastery Swiftspear, and he's choosing to play Pyromancer instead. Okay, the Seasoned Pyromancer is going to get Searing Glazed. And then three damage up top with Rift Bolt. She's got 9 more points of burn. She just needs to draw 1 more burn spell to finish the job. Alright, he's really looking for more Phoenixes. Did not find any. Just gonna bolt her face and attack for 3. Play another Pyromancer. Draw 2 cards. This is kind of like a more value, I guess, Pyromancer deck. Or Mono Red Phoenix deck. Boom. Top deck the 3 damage she needed. GG. Yeah, I think that the faster Mono Red Phoenix deck does better against Burn. But then again, it uses a lot of creatures, so the Burn deck can capitalize on that by just removing the creatures. It relies a lot on prowess triggers, whereas the Burn deck just can burn your face. It doesn't really need creatures to do it. I mean, the creatures help a lot, like the, you know... Alright, round number 4. Jund versus Gruul Phoenix. Okay. Okay, this is the new I played against this version last night. I think the only thing that's green in the deck is Renin 6. I think Renin 6 is just added to the deck to just add some value and add some long game. And just like you get Canopy lands back, so you can just like draw more cards. Just gives you a bunch of value. But I think that's the only green card that's in this version of the Phoenix deck. And I'm not sure how many Renin 6s are in it. Probably only like two, maybe 3 of them. Because you really don't want to like get away from like the purpose of this deck, which is to put out prowess creatures and play a bunch of spells and just smash for a lot of damage. You don't want it to be like overly value oriented, or else you kind of lose what the focus of the deck is. So he's got his turn 1 Swift Spear. Like, these decks always want to get either a Swift Spear or a Soulscar Mage turn 1. That's a cool little full art lightning bolt. I dig it. I dig it. Alright, he's putting down Liliana and ticking her up. Alright, he's discarding Lightning Bolt, Scalding Tarn. He's got a Lava Spike Lily. And then Lava Dart Lily. I kind of like the new Lava Spike artwork. It's just like this giant, like, lava, like, stalactite or stalagmite coming out of the ground and just, like, skewering someone. It's pretty sweet. I like it. Alright, Tarmogoyf. That's going to be hard to get rid of. Looks like it's a 5/6. Magmatic Sinkhole will not take care of it. Although I don't think this deck plays Magmatic Sinkhole. That's more of a Is It Phoenix card / Blue Moon card. Really cool card though. Instant speed, delve, deal 5 damage to any target. Or no, to creature or planeswalker. I think it targets. Yeah, it doesn't target players. If it could target players, it would be busted. 5 damage to your face for 1 red mana. Because it's a delve. It's 5 delve, but still, you end up paying 1 red for it usually. Alright, the Jund player is firmly ahead. Again, when these Phoenix decks run out of cards, they can't do a whole lot. Because their cards are not very powerful. They're all like cycling, you know, by themselves. They're very weak. They're very synergistic cards that don't have a lot of power on their own. He's just going to scoop him up. When the deck runs out of steam, it just can't do much. Alright, let's look at the sideboard. The Jund player is going to bring in some number of ley lines. I don't know if all 4 come in this matchup. Because, again, I feel like the Jund deck is pretty well equipped to fight this battle with just, you know, hand destruction. And now 2 Kitchen Finks. Those are going to be great, actually. 2 Kitchen Finks are going to come in, and Surgical is going to come in. And maybe even Engineered Explosives. I can see Engineered Explosives killing all the 1-drops. But Leyline, maybe like a couple Leylines. I don't think Leyline is the greatest card against the Mono Red Phoenix deck. Maybe he brings him in. I'm not sure if it's the right call. I would lean that it's not the right card to bring in. Just like Surgical, you want kind of like precision. You know, just get rid of their Phoenixes. Like, I don't think they really care about Faithless Looting, because Faithless Looting in essence is card disadvantage. So when you cast Faithless Looting, you're losing card advantage. You're basically 2 for 1ing yourself, because you're casting a card to just draw 2 and discard 2. You're not gaining anything from it. You're actually losing a card from it. So I don't think they're too worried about that card or it being flashback. I think Jun's plan is just to like run you out of resources, and you know, once the Phoenix deck is out of resources, it can't do much because it's just top decking and its cards aren't very powerful. Alright, let's look at Gruul Phoenix now. I think Seasoned Pyromancer is going to come in for value. I think both Blood Moons, both Shrine of Burning Rages, because those are like high value cards that can do a lot of damage. And maybe just those 5. I don't think Surgical is particularly good against Jund. Abrade's not really a thing. Leyline, definitely not a thing. So I think just maybe those 5 cards are going to come in. And he's going to take out some of the, like Lava Darts. He's probably going to take out some of the really low impact cards that kind of just are there to, like, boost prowess and get your Phoenixes out. And his deck's going to become slightly more value oriented, so it can kind of, like, try to like keep up with Jund. Alright, game number 2. Let's see what the Phoenix deck can do this time. Alright, he's got Monastery Swiftspear. Probably the best start he could have. And then ideally, turn 2, he wants to have some Phoenixes coming out attacking, but like, I played against this deck last night, and turn 2, he did turn 1 Soulscar Mage, and turn 2 he had 2 Phoenixes coming out attacking me. It was just super, super strong. Like, insanely powerful. But he's just going to Wrenn and 6, which is also good. Like, Wrenn and 6 is very strong. It's a very strong magic card. Alright, he's got some choices here. 2 1-drop prowess creatures and a light up the stage. Now, I think he should take light up the stage because it's a card advantage card, and Jund just kind of just tries to grind you out of the game with advantage, so... Oh, he's going to take Soulscar Mage. Okay, Soulscar Mage also, that would be my second choice. It makes it so all your instants and sorceries give -1/-1 tokens instead of damage to creatures. So even if you can't fully kill a creature, a lightning bolt will give -3/-3 forever to a creature. So you can shrink a Tarmogoyf way down. And it actually makes his removal spells a lot better against, like, you know, bigger creatures. Against Infect, it's really good against Infect because Infect can, like, you know, pump spell, but it gets -1/-1 counters, so it dies at the end of the turn, even if you pump spell it and make it live until the end of the turn, you know? So Soulscar Mage is pretty strong versus a few decks. Alright, so he drew Seasoned Pyromancer. That was a good top deck. Got a elemental token out of it, because it reads when you, for each non-land card you discard, you create a 1/1 red elemental creature. It's basically a Faithless Looting, and then if you discard non-lands, you get tokens out of it. Alright, he's going to Fatal Push the Pyromancer. Ooh, Kitchen Finks. That's a good one. Gonna gain 2 life, have a 3/2. With Persist. Which means if it dies, it comes back to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter. And then you gain 2 life again, and then have a 2/1. It's a very, very good creature against any kind of burn deck or like fast aggro deck that does a bunch of damage. Like Phoenix. Alright, he's just gonna hard cast Phoenix. Get him for 3. Now he's got to go after Wrenn and 6 because Wrenn and 6 ultimates on 7, which makes all of his instant and sorcery spells have a retrace, which essentially what retrace is you, any instant or sorcerer in your graveyard, you can cast it with retrace, and it requires you to discard a card. So basically every card in your hand could be one of your instant or sorceries that you could just recast over and over again. Because it doesn't exile the card that you retrace, you can just keep retracing it every turn. So if you have a lightning bolt in your graveyard and you ultimate with Wrenn and 6, you can just keep getting a land back with Wrenn and 6 and then retracing a lightning bolt. Get a land back, retrace, get a land back, and you can do that every turn. So basically you just get a free bolt every turn. Well, you got to pay 1 red mana for it, but yeah, it's a very powerful effect. One of the many reasons why Wrenn and 6 is strong. Yeah, exactly, Redbeard. Discard a land, and then Wrenn and 6 can just get you back that land. Yep. Just a never-ending bolt every turn. I think he just did 1 damage to his face. Yeah, okay, he just shot him for 1 so he could light up the stage. That's cool. It was Shrine of Burning Rage. Yep, I was right about that coming in. Shrine of Burning Rage. Every upkeep you put a counter on it, and you also put a counter on it every time you cast a red spell. And then you can pay 3 tap and sacrifice it and deal an amount of damage equal to the counters on it to any target. I believe it's any target, because you can hit players with it too. Or actually, it's target creature or player. Okay, so it won't target planeswalkers, apparently. However, it might have been errated. Like a lot of the cards from earlier, before they changed the wording for planeswalkers, before they made it so you could redirect damage to a player to a planeswalker, that's how the rules previously worked. They made it so you can't do that anymore, and they just simply put any target back on things that could hit planeswalkers too. So there are errated cards from the past that say creature or player that can also target planeswalker, that like basically the wording is changed to any target. And I don't know if Shrine of Burning Rage is one of those cards. It might be, because when it came out you could target planeswalkers with it. So that might be one of the cards that says any target now. Nice fun fact. Alright, we got Bloodbraid. That was a good draw. Ooh, Kolagons. That's really good. So he's probably going to kill Shrine of Burning Rage here and deal 2, or make him discard. Oh, he's going to kill Phoenix. Okay. Good call. And then I can't imagine he's going to let the Wrenn and 6 live. So he swung all 3 at the Wrenn and 6. Or no, he didn't. He swung 2. That was a little bit risky. If he had had a Bolt in his hand, he could have killed one of them and kept the Wrenn and 6 alive. So a little bit risky there. But I guess he wasn't that worried, because unless Wrenn and 6 is going to ultimate, it's not that big of a threat. Alright, he shocked in that land, so he could have 5 mana. So he could flash back the Seasoned Pyromancer and get 3 1/1 elemental tokens. Okay, so he's going to flash back, or he's going to exile it and get 3 1/1s. Or is it 2 1/1s? Okay, it's only 2. Thought it was 3. Alright, he's going to double block the Bloodbraid. Take 3. Yeah, even with the Ren and 6 and like the extra value from the Pyromancer and stuff, still just having a hard time slogging through this because Jun just has a lot of value. Just a lot of 2-for-1s. Alright, he brought in the Flame Slash. It's going to trigger the Persist on Kitchen Finks. He'll gain 2 more life. And then the Ren and 6 is going to finish it off. Okay, that's a good play. Alright, now essentially they're top decking against each other, and Jun top decks really well, so he's also got a Canopy land. So he's probably going to tick up Lily. No, he should tick up Lily before he Canopy lands. Okay, that was a misplay. Luckily, he wasn't punished for it. But if he had, like, drawn a land or something, he would have had to discard it to Lily. He should have ticked it up after playing the land. Alright, he's going to get his Canopy land back. Super strong. Ren and 6 is super strong. Especially with these Canopy lands now. Yeah, he knows he can't beat this. Like, there's just not. I mean, the deck doesn't have ways to remove Planeswalkers, really. Except for, like, Lightning Bolt. And it's just. Alright, he's going to Lava Spike, Ren and 6. And then kill. Yeah, finish it off. Okay. Still got Liliana on the table, though, which is threatening ultimate now. Oh yeah, he played his Canopy land, so yeah, he was trying to play 2 lands. Not gonna fly, buddy. Oh, Zan Syed shaking his head a lot. Discarding Phoenix Mesa, yeah. Phoenixes are going to be hard to get back at this point because he needs to just build his hand back up, but there's a Liliana in play, so he can't really build his hand up. Alright, well, he found a Manamorphose. So he's going to be able to get this Phoenix back. Ooh, into Shrine of Burning Rage. Not bad. That was pretty much ideal. Ooh, 2 Phoenixes. Okay. I think he's just going to go for face. Oh, no, he's going to kill Lily. Okay. Alright. It looks like the game has just turned around. If he draws any red spell here, it's over. Because he can shoot him in the face for 1 with Ren and 6, attack for 6 in the air, and then do 2 from the Shrine of Burning Rage. So any red spell does it here. Or he can just attack for 9 in the face. Well, it looks like this Jund deck isn't playing Nil Spellbomb main deck. Maybe it is, and he just didn't get one. But I guess maybe I would play Leylines if I'm not playing Nil Spellbomb. Because most of these Jund decks play Nil Spellbomb main deck, like at least two of them, if not 3. That was a good game. It was a good game. It was pretty close. Alright, we got turn 1 Soulscar, and then he Fatal pushes it on the instep. Ooh, Shrine on 2 is really good. Start building that thing up. Pretty soon you've got like 6-7 counters on it, and you're like, that's a huge hit. Alright, Jund's got Ren and 6 out. Alright, he's just going face. He's not even going after Ren and 6. Oh, he wanted to play light up the stage. Yeah, you're going to want to read Shrine of Burning Rage. Alright, he's going to play Lava Spike on his instep to the face. He's just going all face here. He's not worrying about Planeswalkers. And that Shrine's already on 5. He's probably going to play Seasoned Pyromancer here. Off of the light up the stage. Because if he doesn't, it's going to be permanently exiled. Oh, got the double Phoenix discard off of it. Gross. Oh, Surgical the Phoenix. That's great. He really needed that. He really needs to draw a Kolaghan's Command now to get rid of the Shrine of Burning Rage. Or that thing's going to finish him off really quickly. Or like a Maelstrom Pulse or Abrupt Decay. He's got several ways of killing it. He needs one of them, though. Alright, he minuses to kill and passes. He didn't even play a land. That's weird. I mean, he just loses here, doesn't he? Looks like he's just got all lands in his hand. Yep, all lands. That's unfortunate. Super Flood. Yeah, apparently I don't think he's playing no spell bombs in the main. Or he just got really unlucky with it. Not sure. But if you're not playing them in the main, I think you should have brought in Leylines. For sure. Alright, we got Eldrazi versus Hogak. Eldrazi kind of making a comeback here in this meta also. It's ability to play Chalice of the Void. Chalice of the Void is very strong in this meta right now. It's good against Hogak. It's good against Phoenix. Both versions of Phoenix. It's good against Infect. Not that Infect is widely played, but it's also good against Infect. Oh, the Wayfinder. Pretty much Wayfinder replaced the Altar of Dementia. Okay, the reason he killed that Gravecrawler is because if Satyr Wayfinder flipped a Hogak, or if a Hogak was in his hand, he could cast the Hogak. Looks like the Eldrazi player mulligan to 5. That's disgusting. Turn 3. I don't even know why the Tron player is still playing, or Eldrazi Tron. Like, that was just like... It's 18 power on the table, turn 3. Seems good. Was he getting bridge from below? Yep. Or ensnaring bridge, rather. I mean, if he has a land in hand, he can sack both Bloodghast, play the land, sack both Bloodghasts. No, that's not enough damage, actually. Yeah, it's 18 damage. He goes to 2. Wait, is the troll a 2/2? Oh, he would have gone to 1. Okay, so he had a creature to discard to that troll. Alright, sideboard. Pretty easy to sideboard for Eldrazi because all they're going to bring in is 4 ley lines, pretty much. I guess they might bring in 2 spatial contortions. Those 6 come in, and then the rest are just for Karn to grab things. There's one-ofs, all one-ofs. And then Hogak's going to bring in Assassin's Trophy, Force of Vigor, and that's pretty much it. And Abrupt Decay, those 3. Abrupt Decay is for Chalice of the Void. Assassin's Trophy and Vigor for Leyline. And yeah. Rotting Register, I don't know what that comes in against. It's interesting. Interesting sideboard choice. Haven't seen that yet. Alright, game number 3. Or 2, rather. Turn 1. Expedition map. Ooh, Seagate Wreckage. He played. That card's awesome. I play that in Bant Eldrazi. It lets you spend 3 mana and tap to draw a card if you have 0 cards in hand. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Alright, and he has a ley line too. I guess the lot less trolls in the deck now to play against ley lines, because everyone's playing ley lines now. Because you can just win by just like making a big lot less troll. Yeah, discard a creature to put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's got trample and regenerate. Pretty strong. Since really most removal in Modern is destroy effects, so regenerate works against it. Except for Path to Exile, of course, which exiles, but... And of course you can't regenerate if you're forced to sacrifice from the Liana, but... Oh, and he's got Assassin's Trophy. Seems good. However, the Eldrazi Tron player will have Tron on this turn. It's just a question of what he can do with it now. Alright, he's doing his graveyard stuff now. Double Vengevine. Gross. Swinging for 12. Gets both Vengevines back. Alright, he needs an All Is Dust right now. If he doesn't have All Is Dust, then I don't see how he gets out of this. Or I guess if he has a way to empty his hand and play Ensnaring Bridge. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, I guess it stops all of his creatures except for... But the Carrion Feeder can sack. Okay, so he has to block the Carrion Feeder, basically. Yeah, GG. He has another Assassin's Trophy. Wow. The perfect draws for Hogak. GG. Wait, round. Oh, this is a time walk match. Hogak versus another Hogak versus Eldrazi Tron. What? Okay, we're gonna fast forward through this. It looks like Hogak just 2-0s it pretty quick. Yeah. Hogak is disturbingly fast. Alright, round number 6. Let's go. Burn versus... Okay, Burn versus Hogak. I've wanted to see this matchup. I've actually wanted to see this matchup. So, turn 1 Goblin Guide. Swinging in. I've heard Burn has some game against Hogak, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it plays out. Burn got a pretty big boost with the Canopy lands coming out. And most of them are playing anywhere from 4 to 8 Canopy lands now. Which basically just protects you against Flood, which is basically how Burn loses a lot of the time. Alright, just an Insolent Neonate. Okay, this Hogak deck's coming out pretty slow. Pretty slow. Searing Blaze, great pickup. Alright, he should be at 6 life, right? Because he prevented the Goblin Guide damage. I think the person doing the life total just assumed it was going to hit because the trigger went off. I think he's still at 6 life. Yep, he's got... Okay, maybe he was a 4 life. Okay. GG. Burn got that one pretty easily. It's a good sideboard. Ooh. So we got 3 Tormod's Crypts. Those are going to come in. 3 Path to Exile. Those are going to come in. And 2 Deflecting Palms. That's a really good one against Hogak. If he just swings with Hogak and gets Deflecting for 8, that's just pretty much GG right there, isn't it? I can't imagine, 8 damage for 1 spell, 1 2-cost spell couldn't win the game for you. But yeah, that's definitely coming in. It was 8 cards. And then on the Hogak side, 2 Collective Brutality for like the life gain and the hand destruction, 2 Fatal Push. That's probably it. Just those 4 cards. It's kind of a little burn package right there. Maybe an Assassin's Trophy. Maybe those 5. Yeah, I could see that. Alright, game number 2. Like, Burn is going to take a mulligan. Probably flooded or 0 lands. Alright, here we go. It's like, what was that? Turn 1 Faithless Looting into turn 1 Goblin Guide. Double Vengevine turn 2. Seems pretty good. Oh shit. Okay, he's doing Gravedigger tricks. Yeah, it's looking like Burn is just getting bowled over. don't think burn can do anything. I mean, if he has Deflecting Palm, he can, like, Deflecting Palm Vengevine. Yeah, he's just got a Lightning Helix. Yeah, he's just going to sack to save the Carrion Feeder. Yeah. Hard to win when turn 3 they're swinging for 12. Alright, game 3, turn 1 Goblin Guide. Game 2, turn 1, Faithless Looting. Alright. And Tormod's Crypt really saved him. And he's on track to winning. I mean, he can block with the Stitcher Supplier, but not the Carrion Feeder. So he's probably going to block with Supplier and then sack it to the Carrion Feeder. Yep. Alright, Hograk's up against it a little bit. Up against it. If he's got, you know, 2 more burn spells in hand, this could be it. Boom. He's got it. Burn takes the win. All right. Looks like it's very dependent on who goes first. And like how fast Hogat comes out. All right. Round number 7. Ooh, we got Mono Green Tron versus Amulet Titan. Sweet. So we got turn 1 Chromatic Star into turn 1 Sakura Tribe Scout, which can tap to put a land into play from your hand. Azusa into double Simic Growth Chamber. So he's got Titan online on turn 3. Question is, does he have Tron? I'm guessing he doesn't. Or he would have slammed it down. Oh, and he's got the Amulet of Vigor, too. And he's scooping. He knows the power. Alright, sideboard. Tron's going to bring in... Three Nature's Claim. Is Thragtusk coming in this matchup? I'm not sure. Maybe Thragtusk and then 2 Dismember. It doesn't have a whole lot of interaction with this Amulet Titan deck. And then Amulet Titan's going to bring in Hornet Queen, Rexage, 2 Force of Vigor, 3 Spell Pierce, and I think that's it. Just maximum interaction. They're both going to try to just interact with, because they're both essentially playing combo decks. And they just want to disrupt each other's combo. Alright, game number 2, turn 1, Ancient Stirrings. Blaststone seems good against Amulet. Yeah, it is. But that was in his main deck, I believe. He didn't have it sideboard too. I don't think. How's it going, Taco Bolus? Alright, well, he's got a really good start again. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, there was like a 2 week period where there were no Magic tournaments. It was kind of like a weird lull because they don't do a lot of the Grand Prix. They don't really cover the Magic Fests as they're called now. They don't really cover them anymore on camera. Like every once in a while, Channel Fireball will do one, but like they used to do one like every couple weeks, you know. So like between Star City Games and Channel Fireball, there would pretty much be a tournament every weekend almost being covered. But now it's pretty much just the Star City Opens and the Mythic Championships, and then you get the occasional, you know, Grand Prix / Magic Fest. Alright, so he has Trinket Mage main deck. That's cool. Haven't seen that in a long time. Alright, we got a Nature's Claim on the Amulet of Vigor. I didn't see what he grabbed with the Trinket Mage. Oh, he just grabbed another amulet with it. Okay. So Tron players threatening Tron on next turn. But if he has to use the Expedition map, he's not going to be able to use the bulk of his mana. He'll just have 5 mana to use. Alright, so he's going to play another amulet. Alright, he's going to Trinket Mage again. Go get another amulet. So this is going to allow him to untap and retap twice before the bounce land effect, so he'll be able to get 4 mana out of it, of each bounce land. But that's still not enough to play a Titan, so... I think he only has 1 land in his hand, so he's not going to be able to play the land this turn because he wants to be able to get 6 mana out of it. Yeah, so he's going to have to wait till next... Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. He is playing it this turn. He's just going to bounce it again. Play Ancient Stirrings. Grab another land. Okay, let's see what Tron can do. Can Tron stop him? Because if he plays Titan now, he just wins. Because he'll be able to get... Oh, he's got Oblivion Stone. Okay. Oblivion Stone... Oh, Oblivion Stone works. Oblivion Stone works. Is Ugin coming out? Yeah, I think this is GG. Can't really rebuild from getting like 6 permanents destroyed. I never noticed that Ugin had feathered wings. I saw the alternate art 6-drop one that came out of the Japanese alternate art of the new 6-drop Ugin, and it had feathered wings, and I'm like, that's really cool. And I wondered if I thought the original one just had normal like dragon, like like bat wing type thing, dragon wings, but apparently the original Ugin has feather wings too. Did not know that. Guess I just didn't look closely enough at the picture. Alright, he's got Worm Coil now. And then Ugin's threatening to ultimate next turn. I'd probably be scooping as the Amulet player right now, but maybe he knows something that I don't. Alright, he's got Amulet. Doesn't have enough mana to put out a Titan, though. Oh, wait, maybe he does. No, he doesn't. He'd have to have a second Amulet. Now he's going to scoop once the second Planeswalker comes out and the Worm Coil. Alright, well, game 3. Amulet on the play. It's where he wants to be. Looks like we got some mulligans. Alright, turn 1 Amulet. Yeah, we'll back it up a little bit. Went a little bit too far. Okay, turn 1 Sakura Tribe Elder into turn 1 Dismember. Okay. And then turn 2 Amulet. Oh, bummer. He mulled to 4. Ouch. This is probably going to be a non-game, unfortunately. Mulligan to 4, never great. Well, actually, if he had a Titan, he can play a Titan next turn. Does he have a Summoner's Pact? He can play a Titan next turn because Azusa lets you play 2 extra lands. So he can basically play the bounce land 3 times and get 6 mana out of it. That's one of the tricky things that this deck can do. It's got a lot of little weird tricks it can do. Oh, he's grabbing the Ghost Quarter. Good call. So now he can stop his plan. Now with the trigger on the stack for the Amulet of Vigor, he can, in response, Ghost Quarter the land. So he only gets 2 mana out of it, and then his land's gone. I mean, you have to do it, right? Yeah, I think you just have to. I mean, there's you got Azusa in play. That's 6 mana. That's the magic number. Well, if he top decks another bounce land here, he can. Oh, Oblivion Stone. Ouch. Oh, that sucks. If he had drawn the Gemstone Mine before, he could have Spell Pierced the Oblivion Stone. He's got a Spell Pierce in hand. That's a bummer. Alright, he's going to Spell Pierce the Sylvan Scrying. Okay, that's good. But he is going to be able to get... Oh, he's got another O-Stone in hand? Gross. Oh, he just draws a Colony Garden. Dude, he wants the... he wants the bounce land so bad. Not looking good. Not looking good for Amulet Titan. Oh, he's going to get the Summoners, or he's going to get the Titan. Or is he? Oh no, he's going to get Rex Sage. Okay. To kill the Oblivion Stone. Oh no, he's going to kill the map. He's going to kill the Expedition map. Okay, this is a good play. He does not want him to get Tron. Because that pretty much is GG. Oh, he's going to kill O-Stone, okay. And that's terrible because he's got another O-Stone in hand. And an Ugin. Yeah, I think this is GG. And an Emrakul, the Promised End. Boom, getting in there. Azusa has done like 4 damage on her own. Let's go. Rex Sage done some damage. Get in there, boys. Get the job done. Titan's on vacation. Gotta pick up the slack. Oh, Emrakul the Promised End. He gets to take his turn. Okay, I haven't seen this thing cast since it was in Standard. So he makes him tap the gemstone mine so it goes away, and then he has Azusa attack him and he just blocks it with Emrakul. All right. Yeah. This is GG. That's cool that we got to see Emrakul the Promised End come out. I haven't seen that card played since when it first came out. All right, round number 8. What do we got going on? What do we got going on? We got some Hogak versus Eldrazi-tron. Okay. Although we've seen this matchup. Doesn't seem like it's horribly in Tron's favor, or Eldrazi-tron's favor. Just because the deck's so fast. Like, by the time you're playing Chalice of the Void, they already have, like, everything out on the board. This is, like, too fast. I mean, Chalice, if you're on the play, I think Chalice is good against Hogak, but if you're on the draw against Hogak, they get 2 full turns before you get to play Chalice. Ooh, Beta Swamp. I respect that. Or is that an alpha? Maybe it's just a worn down beta. I think it's just a worn down beta. Kind of played. We have turn 2 Hogak. Guess they're all playing Dryad Arbor now. Probably for the Hogak. That's the only reason the Dryad Arbor's in the deck. Same with Dredge. Jonathan Rossum was playing Dredge and he had Dryad Arbor. And I think it's just for Hogak being able to convoke it out. Alright, what can you do with Tron? I feel like every time it's like they have to have all his dust or it's just over. Or Karn, go get Ensnaring Bridge. Like that's like the only, pretty much the only thing they got. Okay, he's got all his dust. So that's going to hold back Hogak a little bit. Not really, though, because he's going to be able to play 2 Gravecrawlers from the graveyard and then get out Hogak on the very next turn. So it's going to buy him exactly 1 turn. That's pretty sad. All right, why did he flashback Faithless Looting? I don't understand that at all. He could have just played 2 Grave Crawlers and then just replayed Hogak. Not really sure why he didn't do that. Now he can't play his Grave Crawlers. That was a really bad play. Yeah, he threw that game pretty hard. Honestly, not sure what he thought he was going to get out of, like, Faithless Looting there. Better than 2 Grave Crawlers and a Hogak. Like, what's better than that with 2 mana? Like, what's better than that? Alright, sideboard. 3 Thoughtseize, I think, are going to come in. 3 Assassin's Trophies. 2 Force of Vigor. Yeah. And then, yeah, he's shaking his head. He obviously realizes now that he made a big misplay. And then Eldrazi-tron's going to bring in 3 Ley Lines, 2 Spatial Contortions, and then the rest just are fetchables off of Karn. Oh, I saw a lot of stuff on the table round 1. Okay, turn 1 Stitcher Supplier. And he pitches what? What is that? Vengevine and 2 Gravecrawlers? No, Vengevine and 2 Stitcher Suppliers are in the graveyard. Alright, Satyr Wayfinder does not find a land, but Hogak's coming out. And Vengevine's coming out. Seems good. Ooh, that's a promo Vengevine. I haven't seen that thing in a while. Alright, so he blocked the Vengevine and shot the Wayfinder. I mean, again, it's all or dust or nothing. Like, it just cannot keep up with, like, the amount of power it puts on the board. Yeah, it just can't. GG's. Game number 3. Looks like we got turn 1 Expedition Map into turn 1 Thoughtseize. And it looks like he mulliganed to 6. I think you just take Matter Reshaper here because it's the cheapest. I mean, all 3 of these games he had turn 3 Tron, like all 3 of them, but it doesn't matter. Hogak is just too fast. Oh, he took Reality Smasher over Matter Shaper. Okay. I guess it's the better pick because he knows he has turn 3 Tron. Into Blast Zone here. Okay, he's just getting another Tron land. He has Mine and Tower in his hand, doesn't he? Maybe not. Okay, he doesn't. Well, no Vengevines, no Hogaks. Obviously, Hogak not so good if it doesn't get any Vengevines or Hogaks. So it's kind of playing fair magic now, just playing some 2-1s that can't block. Already drew Chalice of the Void. Okay, Chalice on 1, I like it. Now none of his Grave Crawlers can come back. Alright, he's doing pretty good now if he gets like a All His Dust. All His Dust would be real good right now. Or Endbringer. Actually, Endbringer would be really good right now. That would be the best draw. Because Endbringer, he can just like pick off all the 1 toughness guys. And they can't be recast because of the Chalice. And then it's also, you know, a 5/5 creature that can get to the damage in. I guess Wormcoil would be good here too. Wormcoil's a fairly nice card against Hogak. New Graph Diggers, that's not bad. Oh wait, no, he can't play Graph Diggers. Chalice of the Void's out. Oh wait, it gets around that because it says it goes into play. You're not casting it, so it gets to go under Chalice of the Void. That's real good. He got real lucky there. Real lucky. Going to get Blast Zone. I don't know how good Blast Zone is here, though. You don't want to kill your Graph Diggers, Cage. Alright, looks like he's just got a land map. Not great. He might just have to pop this Blast Zone because he's dead in 2 turns. I think he just has to pop Blast Zone here, unfortunately. Yeah, he's going to. Feels bad. Well, at least his opponent's not doing much either. Oh, he drew Karn. Great draw. You just go get Mycosynth Lattice, right? Wait, can you still play Hogak with Convoke? I think you can through Microsynth. That's like one of the only things you can do through Microsynth Lattice is Convoke a spell. Convoke/Delve a spell. That's so crazy that like gets around Microsynth Lattice. I think that is. Although if Hogak draws Force of Vigor right here, it's just over. He can pop both the Chalice and the Ensnaring Bridge. He just gets Mycosynth Lattice, right? Yeah, you play Mycosynth Lattice, you can't play Hogak. He's only got one creature in play. I mean, he can still get Blood Ghasts back from his grave. Oh, no, he can't. Because of, oh, no, he doesn't have Graph Diggers in play. So, technically, he could, like, somehow get... I don't know how he would get a Blood Ghast into the graveyard. At this point. Yeah, I don't think there's any way Hogak can win at this point. If he had two creatures in play, then he could hard cast Hogak. But I mean, he can't ever kill the Ensnaring Bridge now, so there's no way he's gonna win. I think in his brain he's thinking that Force of Vigor is still castable if you exile a card from your hand, but what he doesn't realize is Mycosynth Lattice turns all cards in your hand colorless too, which makes it so you can't pitch a green card to the Force of Vigor because it's a colorless. Source of mana at that point. Or it's a colorless card at that point, it's not a green card anymore. So Force of Vigor won't even save him now. It's pretty insane. Yeah, this is over in a lot of ways. I don't know why he's not scooping, and I don't know why this guy is like dirtling and playing slow and like going to get more artifacts that he doesn't need. The game's been on lockdown. Yeah, he's going to get Tormont, like why? There's nothing he can do, dude. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, he must think that he can still cast Force of Vigor by exiling a card, but he doesn't understand that he cannot. Yeah, he clearly thought Force of Vigor was still playable. Someone should tell him that it's not. A lot of people are on this. Oh no, it's San Syed again. Did Hogak just 2-0 him? Yep, Hogak 2-0'd him. Dude, Hogak's filthy. 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 Alright, final round. Number 9. Number 9. Round number 9. Be right back.
guest room door.
All right, we're back. Round number 9. What do we got? Hogak on Hogak. How fitting. How fitting for a final round. Turn 1, Faithless Looting. Turn 1, Neonate. Alright, this is Dredge, not Hogak. Alright, this is Hogak, but it's got Dredge cards in it? Okay. I stand corrected. Alright, we got Vengevine and Hogak out. Alright, Battle of the Hogaks. Alright, so Bloodghast gets 3 for 2 damage. Blocks the Vengevine. Vengevine comes back. And Hogak comes out again. Ring around the rosy we go. Alright, he's alpha striking. Let's see what his plan is here. Yeah, it seemed really, really bad. Or was it? Alright, well, I guess he pushed 8 damage there, but how much is he going to take on the swing back? He can block the 3 biggest things and take 3. Okay. I guess he's chipping away at his life. They're both kind of chipping away at each other's life. Alright, well, they're running out of stuff to delve, so I guess they're not going to be playing... that guy's not going to be playing Hogak much longer. Alright, this is going to let him put the Thug in the graveyard. I think he just blocks all three of these, right? Hogak blocks Hogak. Vengevine blocks a Bloodghast, and Golgari Thug blocks a Bloodghast. Then he can dredge 4. Play Hogak again. I think this might have been a bad attack. Wait, what? So he's going to 3. Yeah, that just seemed like a bad attack all around. Like, no matter how you look at it. He's just going to win this turn, I think. Dude, the hard cast on the Vengevine. I know he can't fetch shock. Yeah, he misplayed. He should have played this fetch land, not the Blackleaf Cliffs last turn. If he had, he could have gone and gone green mana, hard cast it. Wait, why did he pass? What is going on? They're making all kind of weird plays all over the goddamn place. It's hard to follow. Okay, why didn't the other guy alpha him back? Did he actually have enough defense to, like, take the Hogak hit? And not take 8 damage? Honestly, I'm gonna go back and check. Alright. Alright. So, on his turn he had... Okay, so they each have 5 creatures. He has 4 blockers, okay? So, Vengevine blocks... Bloodghast. Stitcher Supplier blocks Vengevine. Stitcher Supplier blocks Golgari Thug. Satyr Wayfinder blocks... Satyr Wayfinder, and he takes 8. Okay, Vengevine blocks Hogak. Takes 5 trample. Okay, he would only take 6, okay. He could block Bloodghast, Vengevine. Satyr Wayfinder, take 1. Yeah, he would only take 6, okay. That's why. But if he had put that fetch land down and gotten a green land, he could have hard cast Vengevine and he would have won. No, would he have won? No, he just would have taken 7. No, he wouldn't have won either way. Okay. Alright, sideboards. This should be really easy. Ley lines come in. His 4th ley line comes in. And then anything to destroy a ley line. Force of Vigor comes in. 2 Assassin's Trophies come in. 3 Nature's Claims come in. And then the other dude brings in 2 Assassin's Trophy, 2 Force of Vigor, and 4 ley lines. Maybe the Rotting Regisaurs for this matchup. Maybe the Rotting Regisaurs come in. I'm not sure what the Rotting Regisaurs are for. But maybe they come in. I mean, they still can't outclass Hogak. Hogak's an 8/8. And Regisaur is a 7/6, so... But maybe just because it's a big creature and like a lot of the creatures in Hogak can't block. I don't know. It lets you discard too, which is kind of cool. I don't know. All right, he's got Leyline. Alright, Force of Vigor. Pitching Assassin's Trophy. Oh, he's got a stamped... Is that a foil stamped Leyline of the Void? I think it's just a stamped Leyline of the Void. Those come out of those new packs. Those new F&M packs that they give for Friday Night Magic. Instead of giving just a promo card, they give these little packs of 4 cards. And they have like these stamped, these Planeswalker stamped like rares in them. And then there's like the ones for the top 2 get the premium one, and they're all foils. And then the ones that they just give out randomly, like 2 of them to like whatever given event. So the top 2 gets 2 of the foil ones, and the 2 random people get 2 of the normal ones. And you get like 4 cards in it. And basically one of the cards is promo, is the promo card that you would have gotten. And then all the other ones are stamped. They're stamped with these Planeswalker stamp. They're like special. And in the premium packs, you get the lands you get, the foil lands you get are stamped, and they're a unique artwork. So they're like Guru lands, like, and I got one of them. I got an island, a foil stamped island. So I'm gonna hold on to that bad boy till it's worth like $100 or more, because they're really rare. Like, you can only get them in those packs, and they're unique artwork. So obviously there's gonna be those people that wants like all of those basics, like the people that want Guru lands, which they're willing to pay $200 to $250 for. Alright, so what's going on? We got Hogak on the battlefield, turn 2 for the Hogak player on the left. Not much going on with the other Hogak players. All he's got is Carrion Feeder and Gravedigger. I mean, he's going to be able to get back Vengevine next turn, but Hogak is like the... Hogak is the main attraction here. 8/8 trample. He can't even block right now. He has no blockers. It looks like he's just gonna get 2-0'd here. Yeah, pretty much whoever has like the ley line to start with is typically gonna win this matchup. Because even though he had the removal for it, he had to go down 2 cards to get rid of it. Or go down a card to get rid of it. Alright, well, we found Hogak. feel like he should have attacked with Vengevine there, right? I don't know. I guess he could have just blocked with Satyr Wayfinder. Alright, he's playing Hogak again just so he can get Vengevine into play. Okay. Alright, he pushes 3 damage through. Hogak's trade. Alright, he gets Vengevine back. Starts making his carrion feeder bigger. Keeps replaying Gravecrawler. That's 15 damage. GG. Alright, game 3 for all the marbles. Alright, turn 1 Leyline. You got it this time. There's a Hogak. Get Vengevine, get Hogak. Seems good. Vengevine, Hogat, Gravecrawler, Stitcher Supplier, turn 2. Alright, he's gonna Assassin's Trophy. That's good. Plague Engineer. Okay. Naming Zombie. Oh yeah, I forgot how good this card is against Hogak. I totally forgot how good that... Okay. They're both bringing in their Plague Engineers too. Or they should be bringing them in. Because it just... Like, Bloodghast, Gravecrawler, Stitcher Supplier all die immediately. Because they're all zombies. And it's a static effect, state-based effect that's... you can't, like, respond to it or anything. You just die. You can't sack anything. You can't do anything. There's no stack involvement. It just dies. Plague Engineer is super strong. And it's a death touch to boot. So, like, if you need to trade with something big, you can just kill something. It's pretty good. And it only works on your opponent's creatures, too. That's just, like, disgusting. Because Engineered Plague was, I believe, all of that creature type got -1/-1. Which was the enchantment version, the original version of that card. I don't think it was just opponents. I think it was everyone's. I could be wrong. It might be opponents, too, on that one. But Engineered Plague is from Urza's Legacy, or Urza's Legacy, I believe, the little hammer. So that card's way too old to like be played in Modern. And it's like, it's just like too expensive to play in Legacy. Well, Legacy doesn't want to play it because I think it affects both players. That's why I think it wasn't ever played in Legacy. But they're playing Plague Engineer now in Legacy because it's only opponent's creatures, I believe. Alright, so let's look it up real quick. It's gonna bother me. Yeah, all creatures. It's not just opponent's creatures, it's all creatures. Yeah, it was in Urza's Legacies. I guess it was reprinted in 7th edition, but that's still too old for Modern. You can't use it. Because that's... I feel like this card might have been a sideboard card in Modern, if it were allowable in... oh, shit. Well, I think I know who's going to win. Hogak on the right. Yeah, he didn't even get rid of the ley line. If you can't get rid of the ley line, you pretty much might as well just give up. You can't fight through that. Hogak can't fight through that with a bunch of like 2/1s. It's not gonna happen. This guy. Look at this guy. He's got 2 different color hairs on each side. Boom. Well, that's it, boys and girls. Day 1, Star City game, Columbus Open. You're stuck between Rock or Bogles for the MCQ next weekend. What would I suggest? I think... I mean, I would try to play Jund if you could borrow the cards for it, because Rock is like 90% Jund. But if you can't put Jund together, I would probably play Bogles. I don't think Rock is that good right now. I think Jund is good because like Wrenn and 6 and like Well, I don't know. I actually don't know which deck would be better. Um, like, I guess which one's better against Hogak? Have you tested Bogles against Hogak? I don't know that matchup, so I would pick whatever deck. 4 voids in the main. I mean, sure. Um, if Bogles can do good against Hogak, then I would play Bogles. I don't know the matchup. Yeah, the new Mulligan rule. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. Rock might be good too. I mean, if Jun's doing well, then Rock can be good too because there's not that much difference. It's just the Ren and sixes that are different, and like Ren and sixes don't really help you against the fast decks. Like they don't. It doesn't really help you against Hogak, and it doesn't really help you against like Dredge or Phoenix. Much better pressure. Well, I mean, like, the only different cards you're not playing with are Ren and 6, Lightning Bolt, and like 1K command. They don't really play that many red cards. Oh yeah, they get Bloodbraid Elf too, but like again, those are like value cards, so like I think your matchup with like control decks and slower decks is better with Jund. But like I think like your hard matchups are still the same. Like I think yeah. Well, I mean those are bad for Jund also. Those are bad matchups for Jund. Maybe not blue-white control as much. Blue-white control might be like the one deck that like Jund can do better than Rock. But I don't know much about Bogles in this format. So I mean Bogles doesn't do good against Tron either, right? Or Eldrazi Tron. So you basically have two decks that like have similar bad matchups. So I would just default and say play which deck you're most comfortable with, because I think like Modern is a lot about like putting in the reps with the deck and like knowing the deck in and out and like just playing the deck you're most comfortable with, and you'll end up doing better with that deck even if like if the variants are slightly worse or like the matchups are slightly worse. Okay, if I don't know. At that point, if you know them both the same, I guess just like maybe try to play test this week against some of the decks. Okay, if you hate Bogles, then don't play Bogles. Because I don't think Bogles really has an advantage here in this meta. Like, honestly. Especially against, like, Jund. Because there's going to be a lot of Jund decks. So, like, you don't want to play against Liliana with Bogles. Because Liliana can edict you. So, like, I would play Rock, probably. And also because you hate Bogles, or Bogles. So, thanks for the follow, by the way. Appreciate it. But yeah, I would say play what's most fun, because I think between the two decks, unless you play test them a lot, like I don't think either one is like better in the meta right now. Maybe necessarily, I don't know. It's all dependent on what matchups you get to. You could end up playing like a bunch of off-meta decks too, because like it's Modern. There's tons of playable decks. I mean, there's less playable decks now, but like you could end up playing like a bunch of weird shit. People still bring weird shit in the decks that they love. The decks that they know the most to tournaments. So, but yeah, that wraps up our tournament for the day. Day 1, Star City game, Columbus Open. Come back tomorrow for day 2. We're going to cover that in the top 8. You can watch this video that we streamed today on my YouTube channel in scathing HD 6000 bitrate, and that's lock_daddy is my YouTube. It's going to be up on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/lock_daddy. You can watch it there whenever. Follow me on Twitter, which is @lock_daddy1 for updates on my streams and whatever's going on in my life. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.